Hey everyone, I just wanted to stop by real quick for this podcast starts and say you should like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow me on all my social medias at John D. Klauser. It's literally the same name as the name that you subscribe to on this YouTube channel. So enjoy this clip, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Fifth take was the best take. This was the fifth take. Go buy an Aaron shirts. Go buy Aaron shirts. I was so close.
Yes, let me tell him.
Tell him. Motherfucking tell him.
My hot boy summer's over.
Say it like you fucking mean it.
My hot boy summer's over. Okay?
Why is it over?
It never.
Because you have a motherfucker.
What?
You stuttering for?
What
Tell
you
him I'm
say?
your girl. Tell him I'm your fucking girl.
They know that already.
Do they?
Yes.
You've been acting like you fucking single. You've been walking around like it's hot boy summer. It ain't no damn hot boy summer.
That's just a joke.
Oh, that shit's funny. Ha ha ha. You hilarious. Say it like you mean it.
It's not a hot boy summer. And I have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I'm faithful.
And you love her.
I love her.
You her. Who you fucking talking about?
You just
Me
said her.
Or the girls you be meeting
No.
during your hot boy summer.
I love you.
Oh, okay. Say it like you fucking mean it.
I love
Canceled.
you.
That hot boy summer shit is canceled.
Okay.
Welcome to The John Show with your host, John Doogie Klauser.
All right. Oh, man, guys, if you knew, honestly, so I was even just talking to myself when I was practicing, like, dude, honestly, the easiest part about this podcast is actually just sitting here and doing the podcast. Most people are like, how can you sit there, John, and talk for 30 minutes all by yourself? Like, actually, that's pretty easy. When I had to set up lights and then I spilt beer over the goddamn set. So that was a thing I did earlier. Yeah, it's fun. We're here. We're awesome. I'm happy to be alive. So yeah, so I was done. I was ready. I'm like, all right, John, there's nothing else to do other than to sit here, push record, sit down for 30 minutes and talk. And I was like, all right, go grab yourself a nice cold Busch Light, because that's what you want to drink. Because it was between that or a Mickey, and I was like, I didn't really want a Mickey tonight. I'd rather have this. And I opened it up, took a swig, put it back down, placed it right here, went like this to lean back to grab it on the first take. Well, you wouldn't fucking believe that I hit it with my damn elbow like a silly goose. And, beer went everywhere, went on the carpet, went all over the table, over here in the back, the table that should actually probably be in the Smithsonian instead of being here on this set. But we got it cleaned up. We made the camera go back to 1, and we redid it, and now we're here. So what's up, guys? How are you doing? So what is this, episode 74? We've done it. We've gotten here, 74. Any famous sports players ever 74 that I know of? I don't know any. Do you know any? I don't know any. But yeah, god dang, guys, what's up? How are you? I hope you're well. Hope you're doing swell. Doing better than me. I hope there's not bear over your damn carpet. It's just like it's like those like little like small carpets that you use for like just the kind of, it's a nice little carpet that kind of brings the room together. It's just one of those things. It's like I have a bunch of them just like all on the ground, and they're all like laying over each other, kind of just to it softens it. So because we walk around, there's stuff. It's one of those things. It's a courteous thing. It's what you do. It's what you do when you're doing radio and podcasting and film stuff. You always have like carpet down on the ground. It just makes one of those things. Okay, I don't know why I'm up with that voice. Okay, so I'm done with that. I'm basically just like, dude, John, like what were you doing? Why are you so like all over the place tonight? We're getting this thing ready to go. It's just, I don't know. Today was just a weird day. So I was I guess we could start from today if you really want to jump right into things to talk about. So I was at the gym, like I am. And of course, what I do after I get done working out, I go and I sit in the sauna for about 30 minutes. And this is the thing, guys. I don't really like talking in the sauna because actually I do find that like talking and just like doing that, it raises your heart rate because you're interacting with something and you're just like very you're and you're breathing in and out. And so I just feel like it's basically be like the equivalent of like trying to run a marathon, but then you just sprint. You just start out sprinting. It's one of those things. And what happens to me is like, at least, I don't know, this is just my thing, is that I burn out and I lose my stamina of being able to stay into this hot ass room. Because what you're doing is you're basically cooking yourself. So this guy comes in, every once in a while talks to me, and he always talks to me about going to like this Ted's Burger or something like that. And he's like, it's one of the top 5 in Kansas City. You should go to it. You should try it out. And next time he sees me, he's like, hey, I bet you didn't go and try that Ted's barbecue or whatever the fuck it's called. And I'm like, nope, didn't go try it. And he's like, well, you need to go try it. It's in the top 5 in Kansas City. And I'm like, okay, well, I will do that. And I'm just like, every time I'm off work, it's up in the Northland. I work, okay. There's different parts of Kansas City. I live in Kansas City, Missouri. I live in Midtown, which is basically mid part of Kansas City. It's like the theater district, mansion district area. Right up the street, all over in the streets I live in are all mansions. Humble brag. Reason why I chose this place because it was for that reason, because I thought it'd be safe. A lot of rich people, they don't want fucking shit touched to them because they work too hard to get here. So I was like, this would be a great place to live. And so then there's like that part, and I live like in the north part of the suburbs, and they just call that the Northland. It's like North Kansas City. It's North Kansas City, because like there's literally a North Kansas City hospital. It's like, it's top 5 in Kansas City. It's one of those in Kansas. It's just a hospital. I guess one of the top ones. I think my mom worked there for a quick minute, or she worked there for several years actually. Then she left there. I believe she came back and then retired with them. Anyway, I'm not really for sure. I'm drinking beer that's left in the can that I knocked over. I can't believe I did that. It's just like, what would that be? Is that like some sort of bad luck or something? It has to be that. It's just, what the fuck was I talking about? Oh, yeah, back to the sauna thing. So anyway, so he's like, he's like talking to me. He's like, so, what's new with you? I'm like, you still working at that resort? I'm like, yep. And he's like, do you do, like, he knows I do film stuff. So he's like, how's your film stuff doing? Because, we've talked a couple times, and like, in the gym, I'll do that. I don't even really like doing that, but I'll do that more than I like doing it in the sauna. And I was like, it's doing good. I think I told him I was assistant directing this documentary. And he's like, oh, what's it about? I'm like, Bigfoot. He's like, man, you should definitely interview me. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh God, I hate this. I'm like, fuck, dude, this is why I don't like, I need to think. Sometimes I think I need to come up with like a alternate like job career that I do. So it kind of diverts people away from like, because whenever I start doing this, especially living in Kansas City, but the thing is, it's getting so easy and it's getting so remote now that you can live in Kansas City, fly to LA, New York, all these places, and do a gig and be out and to be done with it, especially like how fucking dangerous these fucking cities are now. And I need, did I say a couple weeks ago I was going to work on my cussing? And look at me over here. I've dropped like 20 N-bomb. I've dropped F-bombs. It's okay. I love black women, so it's okay. Anyway, I feel like that could be something that could I haven't dropped one N-word ever. I never have. But people are like, is that thing with that Floridian slip? Does that mean that you want to say it? Nope. I have no reason to say it. And plus, see that flag right there? Right there? It's the Egyptian flag. That's in Africa. So I kind of just saying. Anyway, so moving on. We were sitting in the sauna. He's like, hey, like you should definitely interview me for your movie. I'm like, I don't. I'm like, okay. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't really want to do this. He's like, okay. He's like, so, he's like, the thing is like UFOs, Bigfoot, I believe in all that stuff. I'm like, okay. He's like, the big thing, you know what I do? He's like, UFO, like, if you want my opinion, UFOs, they're satanic. And I'm like, okay, that's great. I'm like, oh God, I can't believe, why are you telling me this, dude? Like, I kind of enjoyed you, and now I'm going to start not liking you. He's like, yeah, I think UFOs are satanic. And the thing is, UFOs come down and you can see them. They have videos. There's videos, there's pictures, and and you can see them like dropping off Bigfoots. And Bigfoots are all over the world. And what they're doing is they're watching us. That's how they're watching us. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, I can't believe this is where I've come. This is where it is. And I'm like, this is insane. And I'm like, yep. And guys, that's just another example of how this Bigfoot stuff is so not real. Sad to say. I hate to say it, but that's how it is. It's just, how do you hear that and then like actually believe that that's a real thing? That's actually how a thing works. And like he keeps telling me, he's like you don't believe any of this stuff. I'm like, no, I kind of did, but now I'm like, I'm like so far running away from that now. And he's like, how? He's like, so like you would never want to see a Bigfoot. I'm like, I would love to see a Bigfoot. If there was a Bigfoot, I would love to see it. And he's like, would you like to see it? Like how for me and you are? And he's like, it would be like, 4 feet for me and him, 5, 6, 7 feet actually. And he's like, would you like that? Or would you want to be, like a couple hundred yards away? And I'm like, I guess a couple hundred yards away. He's like, exactly, man. That's the thing. That's what I'm getting at. And I'm like, I don't think you know what you're getting at. That's the thing. I don't think you know at all. But yeah, that was a sauna. Another great story of working out in that damn gym. I swear. Why me? Why does this happen? Why does this happen to me? Another thing that happens to me, this is kind of funny. So you guys can't see, but like I just added like a new table over here, and I actually have like a drawers and cabinets over here. It's kind of like a smaller, like a TV stand. It's almost like a TV stand, but it has a bunch of drawers on it. Well, on top of that, I have a bunch of old cameras that I just don't use. Like they're all film cameras or like little small digital cameras, like point and shoot cameras that I used to have, growing up. And I found one of my old ones, and one of the old ones was actually my brother's. But I used it a couple times because it was weird because like it was from the 80s. It's I think a XR108. It's made in the United States, but that's the camera. And it's like a little it's just like that thick, and it's about like that long, and it's just like a stick. It looks almost like a stick, but a thick stick. And you just take pictures. Well, it's a camera, so you take pictures with it. And it was just when I found it. I remember when I found it in one of my parents' boxes. I'm like, oh my God, this is a camera. This is an old camera, because we had cameras all over the place, all over the house. Swear to God, it was cool. It was crazy. That's like one of the main reasons why I got into photography and filmmaking and all this stuff, is just because it was always just around. It was always the thing. My parents were always like, here's a camera. If you want to take pictures, here you go. Here's a camera. We'll go buy you some film, and then you can take some pictures. I'm like, oh, sure, great. And plus, being like an only child, when we went and traveling all the time, I'd always take pictures. I put some film in it. I was able to use it all the time. But anyway, so I had just now pulled it out the first time, and maybe, God, had it been has to be over, I'm 32, so like 20 years. And I looked at it, and at the bottom it said JDC, and the thing was my brother's camera. The one who passed away is from my adoptive family. And it's like, oh, that's nice. It's like, like everyone always thinks everyone thinks I'm just joking when I'm like, I have the same initials as my dead brother. I'm basically just like the second version of him, because his name is Jeffrey Daniel Klauser, and I'm John David Klauser. So I'm like, that's kind of weird that's a thing. It's just one of those great little life things you get to experience as being an adoptive person. So I don't see, like, in my head that was like a lot funnier, but now like how I presented it, that was actually, I made like, will you please feel sorry for me? Like, don't feel sorry for me. There's no need to feel sorry for me. Look at me. I live in a fucking America. I'm an American citizen. I was born in Honduras in San Pedro Sula, and now look at me. I'm talking to you about bullshit, looking to a camera, speaking to a microphone on the third floor of a mansion in the United States of Missouri, smack dab literally in the middle of the United States. It's like, I think I'm okay. Like, everything after becoming a citizen, I won. Like, I mean, it's just icing on the cake. It is just cherry on top. It is all that beautiful stuff. That's all it is. People are like, oh, I can't believe this is where I am in my life. Like, I'm just fucking happy to be here. Like, it's so fucking funny. To me, it's like, I'm just like, fuck, dude. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Like, ooh, you have no idea where I came from. Oh, man. It could have been real bad. It could have been really bad for me. It wasn't looking good for me where I was at the moment. And then I got adopted. And it was just like, boop. Like, they're like, like, let's just... Like, the universe is like, you know what? Let's just can't just do it. We can't fuck this kid over so hard. Let's just bring some white people in to come and adopt him. All right, well, that happened, and okay, well, are we gonna give any more luck? Well, probably not. What more luck do you really need if you came from a third world country and then now you're living in the United States? It's like, oh, that's true. It's like, that is true. It's like, and I'm like, can I just go? And he's like, yeah, just go to that white family over there. And there I went. Like, but they're gonna give you the same, they're gonna give you the same initials as their dead brother or the dead son who passed away when he was 18. I'm like, what? And like, I don't know. I'm like, okay. I'm like, la 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 la. Like, what's gonna be your name? John David Clouser. But honestly, guys, it could be worse. It could be worse. It's almost like, what if, like, come to find out, what if, like, my social security number is like his social security number, and they just literally just like didn't do anything? It was really funny. So, because I wasn't born in the United States, I don't have a birth certificate. And when you're trying to get your TSA, like, quick pass, that quick boarding thing when you fly, the thing is you can only do that as an American citizen. You have to be an American citizen. And when you are doing it, you have to come in and they have to, like, take a picture of you, do a fingerprint, all this stuff. Well, when the thing is, like, they say, like, you can bring in your if your passport hasn't expired yet, you can use that, a driver's license, and they want a birth certificate. But the thing is, like, I don't have a birth certificate. And so then there's another thing you have to click on, because you do it online. And it says, like, well, like, then you have to, like, pick a bunch of different, like, you have these all different forms. And one of the things, like, you can bring your citizen paperwork in. So I have, like, my citizenship, like, framed, and I think I've shown you guys this. And when I went there, I got everything done. And the last thing they had to do is, like, just scan, because there's, like, a barcode on it, which is so weird. But there is a barcode on this piece of paper, and they scan it, and it, like, recognizes as, like, a legit thing. I'm assuming, I don't really know, but it wouldn't go, and it kept on, like, taking it, but it was, like, missing numbers because of it had to do something with, you have to enter, like, 2 last numbers on it because of, like, the format of the paperwork, because it says, like, 005, for example, and 005 represented, this is a scanned citizenship paper from someone from another country, came in, became an American citizen. It's one of those things. And so, and I just want to do it. And I'm like, oh God. And I got really fucking nervous, because I'm like, dude, like, this has been my form of, like, knowing that, like, if shit at the fan, like, I can just show this and, like, okay, I'm an American citizen. But it's like, oh God, what if this is fake? And I started thinking that. I'm like, oh no. This is where I'm going to find. I'm going to get deported today. I'm going to be 30 years old, and I'm going to get freaking deported. Oh, man. What am I going to do? I'm going to go back to Honduras? Like, I guess, I'm glad I know family there. It's like, but, like, what am I going to do? Just, like, show up and be like, hey, guys, I kind of live with you all now. Like, those are the thoughts that were going through my head. Because I was like, oh no, please paperwork, please scan, just scan citizenship paper. Please don't tell me my parents bought, like, a fake citizenship paper for me. And now, oh God, the most nervous, and it was the most nervous I've ever been in my entire life. Like, I've had sex with beautiful black women. I've had to work on film shoots. But this right here, this moment, we're trying to scan this paper. I'm just like, oh no, oh God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die if I have to go back to the homeland. Oh no, huh? See that beer go down my face? This is where we're at, guys. This is where we've come to. I don't know. Oh, Jude. Okay, guys. So I have a whole laundry list of things to talk about, but of course, again, I'm just like, what should we talk about here? I just realized, there's a lot more shit on the bottom of this paper. But anyway, so a lot of girls, like I said, I'm 32 now, and so a lot of girls that are my age, like that I went to high school with, they're all like, they're white girls, and they're like, I know I'm getting Botox now. It's like, what the fuck? It's remarkable to me. It blows my mind. It's like, dude, like, how are you falling apart already? Like, we're only in our early 30s. Like, we're pretty young still. Like, just why aren't you drink more water, put some lotion on your face, and I'll repeat, put lotion on. Nothing will help more than just putting lotion on your body. Get face lotion. They make face lotion. You're a woman. You should know this more than I should. And I know that's a little bit, what do you call, sexist? Or I just like to look at it as like just ill-informed. I'm just dumb. Like, you expect me to be able to, be like, yeah, well, you're a girl, I'm a guy, so shouldn't you know more fashion stuff? But when you believe that I'm wearing makeup right now, and you would have no clue, and guess who put the makeup on? This guy did. You know why? Because I'm just that good, and plus I've worked in film. Like, I should be able to put like a basic layer of makeup on a person to make them look decent on camera. Well, mostly just because like I have like a zit right here, but you can't see it because it's covered. Or you're like, now you're like, oh, I see it, John. I see it. It's all up there. I see it now. But yeah, Botox. What's up with that? Did you see that picture or did you see Jeff Bezos and how he had his tie, or not his tie, but his watch? He had his watch tucked over his long sleeve. It was gross. It was incredibly gross. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. Hit that wall. I'm like, oh man, I was good. I was going great, and then that 10-minute wall hit. Like every episode, there's always that moment, but it's called conditioning. You gotta condition yourself to be able to like just go. Right? Is that the thing? Just talk. About what though? I'm just like, what the fuck? What else do I have to talk about? Because it's like a lot of the stuff I had, it was like when I was mad. A lot of shit angers the hell out of me, and so I write those things down. But I'm like, I don't really want to talk about them because it's like I don't really want to be angry, and I'm like pretty chill right now. There's no need. Like I spilled like 1/4 of my beer, so like who wouldn't be happy right now? Who wouldn't be happy? I'm happy. Are you happy? But it's just how are you guys doing? That's what I should be asking you guys. How are y'all doing? Are you guys doing good? Some of you, I'm assuming, are probably getting vaccinated. Do you see the NFL is almost pretty much making it like mandated that you have to get vaccinated? Kind of weird. I don't know. My feelings on that, like, actually, this is the thing. I'm not going to give you my opinion on it. You know why? Because this is the thing. You know what annoys the hell out of me when people do give their opinion on this stuff? It's like, I don't work with a Bunsen burner every day. Do you work with a Bunsen burner? Hell, spell Bunsen burner for me. If you can do that, then I might be able to sit down with you and like I would want to hear, this new Delta 9 or 8 or where the hell it's fucking called. That's going to be this. This is gonna be the one, and like you do not see that people who got vaccinated still got it. It's like, yeah, but like their symptoms are a lot less than someone who didn't get vaccinated at all. So it's like that, and like, well, like you can't just listen to science. But it's like, I'm like, maybe you kind of should sometimes. Like it's like they are doing this more than I am. I don't know anything about it. I'm not going to give you an opinion. I'm not going to be like, yeah, you should not do it. Yeah, you should do it. It's like, do it if you want. Do it if you don't. But I just think it might be a little bit, I don't know. Like, I just assumed it would be a little bit. It is what it is. It's just annoying. It's just like Bunsen burner. That's it. Bunsen burner. UFOs, right, guys? You know, yeah, like I told you, y'all. We're here. Water beds. I wrote down water beds. Great idea. Awful in actual like development and actually like having it. Horrific thing to have. It doesn't seem comfortable. Wouldn't even want to fuck on one. Just standing on it seems like it'd be weird. I remember my parents had one for a minute, and I remember I was like, "This is fucking weird. This is a weird thing to have." And it's just like, woo, woo. Like, why would you want to sleep on water? Doesn't make sense. I don't think I've even ever slept on one. I don't think I've even laid. I don't think I've even laid on a water bed before. I really don't think I have. Never. I don't think tell you the truth, I don't think I've ever floated in water. Ever. I almost said a septic tank, in like an ocean, a pool, a bathtub, nothing. One of those little salt bath things that you can like close the thing on. And like apparently you can like see some crazy visuals and stuff on that. Like people smoke a lot of pot and just like can see a lot of stuff with it. No, never. I don't think I've ever floated in any bout of water. That has ever excited me. I remember when I first came to the States, and my mom would tell me, or I remember like just getting petrified of being in the bath. That was horrendous to me. It's like you would just wail and wail and wail. You'd be so upset about it, and I'm like, yeah, because I didn't want to fucking do that because shit scared the fuck out of me, dude. A lot of stuff scared me. Almost everything scared me. I was pretty fucking shell shocked. There for a while. Like my parents were like, yeah, when we first got you, you didn't really want to look or talk to anybody. I'm like, well, no shit, huh? Like, didn't want to be around anybody. I just was like, I want to be left alone. Anytime around humans, anyone else, like everything goes to fucking hell. Like it just all fucks up. It's like just chill. It's all just chill. No sudden movements. Don't touch me. Don't put me in bath water. And I think it'll be all good. Top 5 in Kansas City. Top 5 in Kansas City. I think that's what the title's going to probably be. Top 5 in Kansas City. Every time. Every time I see that man, he would be like, top 5 in Kansas City. Top 5. It's, jeez. I can't believe that. He's also told me things like, someone gets in my house, like, I'm going to shoot him. It's like, kind of sounds like you want to shoot someone. It's just like, woof, man. Like, I'm not going to get on your bad side at all. That's just why John, just talk to him. Just talk to him. Say hi to him. Have a good time. Just like be very cordial. Tell him that, Tay's Burger, where the hell, Tay's Barbecue. I don't know if it's a barbecue place or if it's like just Tay's Burger. Something like that. And even if I knew, I don't even really know the name. So how could I even Google it or even be able to like find the place, even if I wanted to eat there sometime on my off day? I have like really bad calluses on my hands from the gym, and I have big old hands. Like, can you see my fucked up pinky? My sophomore year of high school, we were playing this team called Tarkio, and I stiff armed a guy, and my finger got stuck in his mask, and when he fell down, my finger got caught and it snapped it, and it never healed right. And yeah, and I couldn't shake hands for like a good 6-7 months. It was pretty bad because my hand broke, so it was like a whole fracture within here. It was like this snapped the finger, and I just put it back, and then I taped it. And I played like that for the rest of the season with just taped fingers. And I just was like, okay, well, that was one injury. So, damn, dude, that year was weird because I tore my meniscus. I did like a slight tear in my meniscus in my left knee. And it was so great because I was like, oh, I remember when it happened because I had like a 70-yard. I can't believe I'm talking about this shit. I had a 70-yard run, and it got called back. He got called back because they said I face masked a kid. I'm like, I didn't, because I put my arm out like this, and then then he didn't tackle me. Like that was, I don't really remember. I just remember putting my hand out, and then he grabbed my arm, and then And then like I just kept on running. So that's like, I'm like, what? It was really shitty. And then like at the very end of it, like I got hit from this shoulder, and a guy came over this one, and I like my leg was still planted, and my knee popped, and then I'm like, oh, and I felt a little warmness in my knee, but I kept on playing because I'm like, I'm about to score a touchdown. Because then they gave me the ball right back, and I ran another 30 yards for a touchdown. It was like, because their fucking defense was shit. And then yeah, that night, like I'm like, why does my knee feel so weird? And it just was like super swelled. And yeah, guys, so I got like 10 seconds left on this podcast. So thank you so much for watching. You've gotten this far. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm so sorry for that last 8 to 10 minutes, because it went downhill pretty quick. That first solid 20 though, that's a good solid. That was pretty solid. Most of the time it was usually like 6 minutes. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys on the next week. All right. Well, technically I have like 30 seconds left. Actually, I got like 26 seconds left. But yeah. Okay, you guys can go now. I'm going to go. I'm going to finish this beer. Probably play some Madden. All right. Bye.
Yeah.